the MPC 3. Now the current version is, that's 3.7. Now, as you can see here, we have a bunch of dashes and dots here. These are events within inside the grid, and this is our grid. Below here, we have our samples, project. Also, these are the pads as they would be on an MPC, but this is the software. And of course, you can see we're in Bank A, 16 pads. And on this side here on our grid, these are the pads and what's on the pads. And these are the events for each pad. Now here on the left-hand side, we see we have a track. And this track is what all these pads are using to send their audio to. And a pad has its own separate audio. If I come to here, I'll click that. If I hit this one here, it turns yellow. See? Bass drum here. And the colors change. But the audio from these pads goes into this track. And the track up here, as you can see, there's a compressor right there to make it a little bit tighter and get a much stronger sound coming out. Good. And so as I hit a pad, you probably noticed already that it lights up a whole row of events. The events there. More events. Some pads have nothing, see? They haven't been used yet. Obviously. And how this works primarily is that right here on the top of my grid, hitting pads selects events. If I turn this off and I hit a pad, we select nothing. So I want to make sure that that happens. I come to here, hitting pads select events. Makes it easier for me. I may come to here and let's say I want to put a note someplace, right? I said, like, let's see, right here. I'll put something right there. Boom. I double click there, a note got there. This note is based off my time signature right here, which is called time correct. My time signature is quarter notes. And so I can have 4 spaces to fill in before the next available beat. And I can undo that right here. This is undo and this is redo. I can undo it. I want to put it back in. Redo it. I don't take it out. Put it back in. Obviously, you get the point. I'll get rid of that actually. I come to here. I can erase that. Hit it twice, it's gone. The next option we have here on top here, upper right-hand corner, we have this button right here, and this is called Export Audio. So the audio that's here inside of this grid can be exported as a file, right? A left and right file. So I'm sort of mixed down of what's there. So I can come to here. I click on this, you'll see, this go by. It has a file ready. I'd come to here. I'm going to drag this off of this platform onto my desktop here. Right there, I'm going to put it on the desktop, and it's there. So I'm pull down to here. I got some files here. I see nothing here. I'm going to come out here and do it again. I'm going to drag us out of here. There we go. And now you can see it went right here. It's like 10 seconds, the length of this track. So I'm going to come to here and play this back. The exact same thing. And I'll go right back up to here. Inside the track, I'll play it here. Same track, except this track is a bit lower. And so it's pretty simple. Now right here, this is for MIDI. So I can export the MIDI file. If I come in, do the same thing, it'll collect the MIDI data that's in here, which would be this data right here, a list of where every single sound starts and ends at. I'd have the timing of it. I'd have the velocity and the length of how long that note was pressed and which note it was on the keyboard. Pretty simple stuff. So it gathers that data there. I would take this, drag it to my desktop. I can use it in any sort of DAW, digital audio workstation that's good with MIDI. I'd bring it there and do the same thing. Pretty simple to do. So right here, of course, this is a snap absolute. That means it snaps absolutely in place to the part it's supposed to be at, based on my quantized value right here. And right here, this will link the track and grid views. So when I see this track, I get this grid view. Just so you know what that is. Now we have tools also inside this whole system. I can come in and do whatever I want to do pretty much. I can go to here, of course, and put a note as I saw before. I can erase stuff. Now this right here says eraser. It's eraser. I come here, boom, that's gone. Let's undo that. I can use E to go to eraser, right? And go to here. I can use M for marquee. And here it's P for the pencil. Now the problem here is that I'm actually in pad mode here. So I'll leave pad mode. I go to here, I'm gonna go to just, here you go, just the keyboards. And now if I press E, you see E, M for the marquee, P for the pencil. And I can select those items right there. Pretty easy to do. Now I'm gonna go back to here. So before using my keyboards for pads, but this is showing you what we can do. This is pads now, as you can see right there. Now, of course, I can come here and touch something, you know, this is a pencil tool, so I can come and drag something out, right? I can undo that too as well. It'll drag it out based on the quantized value or time correction you see right there. If I turn this off and I drag out a little bit, it'll do like little increments, yeah, just a little bit, all the way out there. I'm like, undo that. But we want to make sure we want to be in the timing correction and make sure that's on. So I'll be timing correcting based on what this value is here. This is currently quarter notes. I can click here. I can choose a whole bar, quarter notes. I can hit eighth notes, 16th notes, 32nd notes, and 64th notes. But I can also do that in terms of triplets, like a quarter note triplet, eighth note triplet, 16th note triplet, 32nd note triplet, and a 64th note triplet. I can also apply swing value here too as well. Now here in the middle, of course, it says bar, beat, tick. If I come to here, that's in terms of time. I'll press play here. 30 seconds go by. Ten seconds. Just like the length that you saw of the audio file when I put it on my desktop. Now, the cool thing about using these tools are I can just drag along here, for example, and just keep making parts, right? That's all based on quarter notes. Let's undo that. I can change this to eighth notes. That's pretty quick, right? Undo that. So it's easy to actually put stuff in here. And so if I want to make something happen on the track, we'll see. I can just play the track. I was going to play here. I got a part here. Let's just part here. I may want to do something like quarter notes, actually. I'm hearing that. Let's force a bit of quarter notes. So hear it every time. That's it there. That's it. The sound's right there. I can turn up now here. So I selected this pad right here. Or I can see this part, which is the pad, right? Then once I do that, I go to track right here if I wanted to. It's the track itself, right? I just want to turn up the pad to hear it back. Let's say I don't want that. I'll press undo. It's undoing the levels. See that? So we're not undoing what we did. We're gonna do this totally. I go to here. I'll press delete on my keyboard and it's gone. That's my Mac keyboard. Now I can also change that. Let's try this. Let's go to eighth notes. That sounds too noisy. So I'm gonna do that. Undo that right there. Cool. So I can add parts here when I want to add them, and this is so cool about using it this way. I can go every other one if I want to, like one here, one here, one here. As I go along, I can just keep adding parts in. I'll just get rid of them. Do one at a time, so you can see that I have to get one at a time to stop that. It's a unique way to actually build tracks up. And I tend to do this all the time when I get tracks up. Now, this obviously is some sort of expansion pack, and this is the actual track, the way it comes out. But this is how you can actually make beats and do a whole bunch of really cool stuff with this. As you can see, also, I have the ability to control the audio here, and pick which pad I want to pick, change it, do things with it at the same time. I can also use this tool here, the marquee. I don't want this section, guys. I don't want that. So I just select parts I don't like, I can select anything I don't like, and once I pull the marquee tool out, I can select more than one note. All these notes become selected, and of course, down here, you see velocity is selected here. I can change the velocity of any note too as well, or any one of these parameters. So let's go to here actually, and I can undo. Clicking there, undid that totally, which is kind of cool. Now, so sometimes I'll do this even. You may get like this, and you got a part here, you like this part. Got my track out there. So let me hear the outcome to here. Do this. I'll select this part here. I like this part here. And this is pad number 9, right? I'll select that part here. I can come to here. I'm going to try something here with this 16 levels, right? Here's 16 levels. So when I hit 16 levels, I have the ability to select the sound that's on a pad and then take that sound and sort of change it or have the ability to use it across all the pads. So my original sound is going to be here on pad 12, which is right over here. But I don't want to ratchet. I want to tune. So let's go ahead for tuning. I got tune. I'll select, okay, I'll close this out. And now my tuning is good. Now, I also want you to notice too, this one sound is right here, right? And this sound has a delay tied to it, which is this delay here. So now I'm going to play it back and sort of play with the sound. Okay, I'm going to do that right there. So I'm going to come in here right now and record. So to record here, I'm on a track. I'm going to record within this track. So I'm going to come right to here. And the track represents all the pads. So I can record on any pad I want to. And to record, I want to go here and overdub. And next, I'm going to press here. My metronome goes. You see, one thing is cover this one up almost totally, right? So I want to come back in here and move it back, but I don't want to use the timing correction. I want to move back to where I want to send it back to. I covered that one note up, so I want to go back a little bit more there. That's good. I want to grab this one and pull this one back too. So I'm going to get to the edge of this one. I can't seem to grab the end of that. I'm going to pull it back. I want to see it went too far. So I'm going to undo that. What I'm going to do here to knock this one down, I'm going to make sure, matter of fact, I'll come to here. I'll do it to the end and pull it back here where it was at before, right there. My timing correction is gone. So I got to make sure I pull it back and it goes right back to where it should be right there. By using the timing correction, it makes sure it throws it right back on the beat. Otherwise, with no timing correction, it'll go somewhere this close or maybe past it, and I won't notice that. And let's play that back now. So I can add more parts to this thing here too. I can look at other parts. I may come to here, right? And I may want to put one here, one there, one here. Now I'm just throwing them in the beginning where I want to put them at, right? On every bar or so. So that's on 2, and that's on the end of 2. So I may just do that here too. or the 2, and you'll see here this is 2, 4, right? So here on the beginning, and here on 3, and then here on 3, 3, and here on 4, and then 4, 3 right there. And I won't hear it, but I hear it now. It's in solo. Yeah, it'll play. So I can see how it sounds with the feel. And once I get there, I can come back to here and play it all back as one big piece of music. So we got a whole bunch going on there, but this is a way to actually learn how to create music with certain parts, certain files, and how to put stuff in the grid view here to create music, also to sort of improve it or to take stuff away within the grid view. Now next, I want to use this erase button right here. This button right here is for erase, and I can erase any pad I'd like to inside the sequence. Just erase something and hold this down and erase that part. Now I can test it out, right? Now watch this. If I hold down erase and select it, you hear nothing. So that gives you an idea what's going on here. So I want to get rid of, let's say this part right here. And now you see once I select that, they're all selected there with this white border around them. I'll press play. Then I'm able to get rid of something. Right? I'll hold this down now. Now I'll get rid of something right now here. So you see I got parts missing. I'll undo that 3 times there. Everything's right back again. So I can use this erase button anywhere I want to. It's much more easy than having to actually go to here and to say overdub and hold something down to erase it. It's easier. And that's a great way to actually erase stuff in the track. Now, of course, we have 16 levels, and of course, it's more than just the tuning. We have filter, velocity, layer, slice, articulation, attack, decay, probability, and ratchet. So that's pretty cool. We can use those like actual effects there, different types. And then I'm going to close this out. And we also have full level. So full level means that's going to be full level, obviously. So I can leave 16 levels. Not much going on, but if I have a pad, I hit the pad softly that I can. In this case, I'm not really hitting anything softly, but what I will do is do my pads. So even if I hit my little keyboard here, I still get the same velocity setting, so it doesn't change much at all. But it would be good with a pad. I also have repeat, note repeat. So here, I can note repeat anything based on my value here and timing correct. I can hold this down, this one here, over and over, right? And I can do 16th notes that sound more complicated or just more annoying, right? And now I'm gonna go back to quarter notes, and I can select anywhere I want to and place these quarter notes in. So what's this one here? I do not know. So it's gonna be pad number 4. That sounds cool. So I can come to here like that and say, and I want to record it, I can record it into the track simply by just saying, let repeat, I'll go to here. Stop that, and it appears right here in this lane right here. That's the sound. I can increase this level right over here. Let's undo that. Perfect, and it's gone. And that's a great way to add note repeat to a track. And I can also just hold it down where I want to place it at, and it'll be there once I get done. Now, there are other ways you can actually do this inside of the grid. We have modifiers here, as you can see here. This is velocity. And I can set, let's say, the velocity for these right there, these hats. I can select those velocities. And so once I select that, you see the velocities now, where all these little events are and their little white borders. Below here, we'll see which events these are. And you'll see some are up to top, some are further down. The further down, they're yellow. Right here, they get orange. And at the very top, they're red. So these are the velocity settings of how loud something is, or soft, obviously, when struck. So as I'm here doing this, and I'm going through some of the stuff here, I said, okay, I want to do this one right here. I can come to here and just like increase this up or down. See that? And they're all going at the same time. Let's undo that. I can do that. But I can also come to here and say, for exampling, what I can do here, I'm going to go to here. I'm going to select this first note here. That's the first note there, right? I can come to here. As you can see, once I do that, I'm able to do it right here inside of Q-Link as well. Here's my Q-Link, and I could change that and bring this up like this. And this is the Q-Link for like 16, the first 16 right there. So our Q-Link works also. In this case, I'm in step sequencer mode. And this way I can actually change the velocity settings right here. Right here makes it even easier. Rather than having to pull this down and drag it down each one, I can pick the one I want to come to. I get to it and I just drag it along here and pull it down as I please, how I want to use it, you know? And so, but it has to be the selected device, selected note rather. I select the note. Okay, which note is that? And so let's just like the third one, I have no idea. And it's like to find out which one that actually is, right? But you want to get the idea that you can change anything inside of what's going on in our grid. And these are great ways to do that with the modifier, with the velocity and easy modifier. So I can change, you'll see the percentage sign next to the actual name of the modifier I'm using. Now, also, I can do more than just that. I can come to here and do more. But first, I'll go to here, probability. I can change probability. I can change ratchet. This modifier here is based on something else. I come to here, this is based on tuning. I can tune this particular setting for that one note and tune it up or down, coarse or fine. I have articulation, which is tied to articulation inside of my program, or rather my track right here. The track edit command, I would just want to go right to articulation. Now here I have even more modifiers here for the entire track. For example, I can come to here and go to the bus compressor, which is right here. I see these settings here. If I don't want to do that, I can do it right here and have it be modified right here within this sequence. At any point I want to do something, which is kind of cool. And I come to here and we got pad, we have track, we have mixer, like the mixer, the send or the return level, send the sound out to there. I have event and I can mute it. And I also have MIDI. So you can do a lot right here to modify. And if I want to get rid of this and I want to see it all, it's pretty simple. I can come to here and say, boom, it's gone. And it's back again. Now, when you're making up a beat, it's pretty simple. You put events in here. I'll play this back. My bass drum's right here. I'm going to put one right there, maybe. I can always drag it someplace else. Move it right there, maybe. Like that one kind of helped me out. So you can just create your beat here, going over parts, then we'll hear it back something else. So I may not want that. I'll get rid of that one there probably. Or I might try this. That's not bad for me. Okay. Now, if I want to add some trap parts and like, I may want to do something different. So for trap, I'd come to here and I'm going to go maybe 30-second notes right here, right? And I'm going to come in here and do some stuff here, 30 seconds. So I'm going to probably get my pencil tool here. Oops, here's the pencil tool right here. And come in here, I may just go like, let's see, I got these hi-hats here. Now hand this back. Oh yeah. Now you see I had a part right there, which I thought was good right there. A little more of that trap feel to that. And I may want to come here and get even deeper. So I got 32. Let's go 64 here. All right. And I'm going to do like, I made a few here. Hit this back. And add one more in that 32 up behind that. So 32 here. Yeah. And I come back on 60 notes here again. Oh, we'll take is that right? I think so. Yeah. And so we can add a trap filter to here as well. And that's how you would do it. You'd come back in, add parts, take parts out, go over parts you want to add, get the feel you want. And this is how you can create a really cool track using the events rather than hitting the pads, as there are no pads here. I can also use my keyboard also as well. Since I am here in pad, I can hit the keys right here on my keyboard and do things with, of course. But it's not really a cool feel, and you can't really do it where it's perfectly in time. You've got to be really accurate. So I do prefer to probably do my pencil tool here, but if you have an MPC, you can. But if you don't have an MPC, doing it this way is sort of perfect. You can get it just right and adjust to that. And this is how I would use my MPC desktop software to create music. And I can also do that with pads and also with plugins. So now what I want to do is add some keyboards or something here and show you how that's done. So we are here and we are on tracks. This is our track here, right? I want to make a brand new track. So I come to here, I can make a brand new track. I want to make a plugin track. I can also do a key group track if I want to, or a plugin or a MIDI or a CV or audio. I'm not going to talk or rap on this track. So I'm going to go to plugin first. I go to plugin, I said, just want one plugin track, I'll press do it, and now we got the keyboard. And of course, the bigger one here in the bottom, I added in. That's this button here, the keyboard. Okay, great. So now I got the keyboard going on. Now I can select how I want to use the keyboard. Here I got type, right? And once I select the keyboard, I have an automatic setup where what happens here, the first thing it's going to choose is this tube synth. I don't want that one. I'm going to come down to here and find something else. I want to go probably with a Fabric, electric piano. It's pretty cool with me. Like this here. So I got this. Want to see this back? All right, good. And so, as you can see right here, there's red everywhere, or just in these three parts, right? And I hit that red thing. These are octaves. That's in C. That's a C minor scale, right? And let's see, this is harmonic minor. And that's C, harmonic minor. So what I want to do next is probably go with some chords. Hit this back. Yeah, I want to get some chords here. So I'm going to go to chords right here. I can do chords. And I get a chord, and then I got the root. I got the scale figured out. I got the octave figured out. And played as, you can see this here. It's like 100%. As played is good. And I'm going to get down to here, and we're going to see our scale. It's a triad. That's 1, 3, 5. And here I played as, you can see here, snap to grid, but played as is better. If I can play that, but I might do snap to scale. Maybe not. I'll keep that the way it is. And so I like the way that sounds. Go back to here, and I can try and play it. But let's go to here first. I'm gonna go to back of the top. Yeah, it records. Right there. That sounds cool. It's a little progression right there. And I want to play it with the beat, but I don't want to use my cursor. I'm going to use my hands because I have it set here to pad, right? So I'll use my keyboard on my computer, and this one represents F, and this represents V, and F again, and this is S, and then D. Okay, good. So I can do that with chords. I can have chromatic chords or progressions here, right? I can also have custom, but in this case, I'm just using the chords. And I can also change this to arpeggio. So before, this was like repeat note, and so arpeggio here, the same thing. It's like repeat them as the notes of that chord. And I come here. So pretty cool. So I'm gonna go back to chords, so I'm not gonna use that right now. And I'm gonna press, I'm gonna record this. So I'm gonna go to here. As you can see, it says plugin 1, and I can actually name this. And of course, like, let's go back in here. I'm not able to name it there. Surprised I can't, but I normally can name this, but I'm not gonna get with that. So now I wanna go in here, and I'm going to select overdub, and then I'm going to go over to here, and I'm going to record onto that plugin. And I'm going to press here and go. Okay, that sounds late and everything else there, but we're close to what we want to be. So I'll come to here and I'll move it in. Now I do prefer to use a keyboard, but I want to do this so you can see it. You can do it yourself simply by using your computer. Let's play this back from the top. I want to hear that, see that bottom note actually. There we go. I can see the bottom note now. That sounds a little, so it's a little bit late. Let me try and move back here. That's how this sounds. That sounds so late with that, right? So I do feel it sounds late. So I'm gonna go to here and pull up. I'm gonna grab this here. So we're just actually just editing inside the window here in a grid, making stuff shorter or longer, pulling stuff up here, moving up a little bit more, and I may go to here a little bit more, and here. That's probably too much. Let me see this back. I hear this back actually. Yeah, this might be it here. So this isn't too bad. I come like this, and I go like that, like this here, move the stuff over to here, and do it again. Not bad. That's late, right? So I go back to here a little bit more. And so I'm just sort of getting stuff right in the mix. That's pretty cool. I like the way it sounds. And that's how we can do this. So it's really cool, easy to do with your MPC. Is to get the chords, find what you want to get. And sometimes I don't like the sound of some of these keyboards, right? I may come in here and look for something I think is going to be a little better. And look, let's try atmospheric case. I like that for now. Let's stop that. So you can change the sound, add a sound, and add more stuff. Now I can also come back here and add something. I may come here again and go like this right here. I would add another plugin. I say, okay, another plugin, do that. And I said, you know something? I still get the same thing right here. I may want to come in here and look for something I can add, maybe like a bass. I go to Sub Factory right here. Oh, Sub Factory's going to come up. Oh yeah. I go right to here and I can see this is Sub Factory right here, right? So you can pull up your plugins, see what you want to get, what's going to be the best thing for you to get. Creative 808, right? This is classic stuff right here, and get the right sound you want to get for that sound. Let's see, let's go with soft hammer or something, driven a dirty sound or whatever, right? So I got sustain here too as well, and then creative. So I can pick what I want to pick. But I'm just showing you that you can actually pick other stuff too as well, and maybe put a bass line in, put a guitar part in. But the point I'm trying to make here is that you can do more than just drums on your MC software. You can do a lot of stuff here on your computer, and it's easy.